Paradise and poverty. The Agalta Valley lies deep in the mountain of eastern Honduras. The difficult journey and remote location have left the village and the people overlooked by progress, overlooked by opportunity. But the Honduras people call it paradise. They see beyond their circumstances and are eager to work, eager to learn. Over 1,000 miles away from Athens, Georgia, in this place of paradise and poverty, comes a unique tribute to an excellent man, a man who embodies the same spirit as the Honduras community, a man also eager to work, eager to learn, and most importantly, eager to serve. This is Dooley Field. To begin this story, we have to travel back over 2 decades, back to 1998.
HOI has been here in Honduras in the Agalta Valley for 25 years, and we've been partnering with the communities of the Agalta Valley to help with their health and increase their sustainability in their villages, their economic development. We have many programs that reach out to all aspects of the family, but we create a partnership with the villages themselves and work side by side with them to improve their conditions, of their living conditions, health, education, give them agriculture training, spiritual development is a big part of that also.
HAVE is a foundation that's fully focused on education, economic development here in the Valley. And it was really started by Bob Hope, who had come down here for years, or years before, about 18 years ago, with his church. And what he realized is that churches through HOI were doing great work in the villages, in the communities, and working with the children, with the youth, and doing backyard Bible clubs and all those great things that HOI does. But he realized that he was like, my skill set is a little different, and when he saw the need down here, he realized that there was really an opportunity to bring some business leaders and civic leaders down here to really take on things like education, economic development, and healthcare at the clinic.
I remember it was 18 years ago when I was first trying to take people down there. We really didn't have a group. I mean, it was just basically me calling friends and begging them to go to this very remote place out in the middle of nowhere in Honduras.
And one of those people that Bob Hope asked to join him 18 years ago was Vince Dooley.
Just like with other friends, I emailed him, called him, said, would you like to go? And he actually called me back and said, Bob, he said, I'm really busy now. And he said, probably for the next 3 or 4 years, he said, we're going to have a lot of conflicts relative to my job and things I'm doing. But he said, one day I'll go. So I would email him every year for 4 or 5 years. And I finally figured, well, that was nice that he said he'd go, but I just dropped him from the email list. And finally, 3 years ago, he called me and he said, are you still taking people to Honduras? And I said, sure. And he said, well, I told you I'd go someday, so, we're going.
That one day finally came. Vince Dooley made the trek to rural Honduras for the first of what would be many trips. That is the type of man Vince Dooley is. Someone who won't forget, who keeps his promise.
Well, the Agalta Valley is where so much of the attention and the good feeling that people have that come into this valley, and to see you could say below standards, but it's really below standards. But to see the smile and the appreciation and the eyes light up because they know that we're helping them, some that don't even have concrete floors or latrines, and to come in and do that kind of work in the villages here in the Agalta Valley. And then even more special is to see the beautiful smiles and look on the children the grammar school children, the junior high school children, and they're so appreciative. And it gives everybody a special feel when they come here, when they see that. And it's something you take back home with you and feel like that I made a contribution, and people appreciate it.
We noticed that the people here were just moved by Coach. They were just moved by him. And you know, some people have that ability to just connect with people. And people here, they had no idea who he was. But with Coach Dooley, you don't need to know who he is, because you know who he is when he looks at you in the eye and he smiles and he talks to you. He has that charisma that so few people have. And the people here just caught it. And we realized that this was a great opportunity to maybe let him have a lasting legacy here beyond just the trips that he's able to make down here.
A lasting legacy would definitely be made, but it would not be made alone.
Whether big or small, Georgia's Own Credit Union has the perfect mortgage for you. We now offer 30-year fixed-rate jumbo mortgages. And in addition to competitive rates, low closing costs, trusted reputation, and local decision-making for quicker turnaround, Georgia's Own can help you save time and money. With more than 80 years of trusted service, you'll be able to get a mortgage you can feel good about. Contact a Georgia's Own mortgage specialist today at 404-874-1166 or visit georgiasown.org.
Throw in the bobblehead, you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Why don't you go check out your new Hyundai? I'll be with you in just a minute. Go Dogs.
After 2 trips to Honduras, Vince tried to convince his better half to join him on this journey.
It's interesting because, Barbara told us, the spring before the trip that, we were having lunch with them, and she said, Bob, I just want to let you know there's no way I'm going to Honduras. And I said, well, Vince said you're going. She said, I'm not going. There's no way I'm going.
Bob Hope got hooked Vince into coming. And I went, no, that is not my thing. And so he came the first year, and he came back, oh, you need to go. And I went, sorry, never gonna be there. I saw Bob, and he goes, you need to come. I went, no, you're not hooking me in it. And so Vince came the second year, and then he came back and said, you're going next year. I went, no. I mean, he had never said, you're going. I went, no, I'm really not going. Dream on. And one night in the fall, we were having dinner, and he looked up at me and said, Barbara, I really want you to go with me to Honduras. I said, sure.
Saw him in the fall at the College Football Hall of Fame at an event, and Barbara comes up and she said, well, I'm going to Honduras. She said, I'm going to hate every minute of it. There's no way I'm going to like it. It would take a miracle for me to like this trip. And I said, well, there are miracles. She said, no, I'll hate every minute of it. And then, she went out there and she just fell in love with it.
Miracles do happen. Everyone falls in love with her too.
So Barbara is fantastic, by the way. I mean, just the short amount of time I've spent with her so far, you find yourself just in like doubled over laughing like almost all the time. She has just an unbelievable wit to her. She just has a way of bringing out the best in people. And so I'm so excited that she gets to see, what Coach Dooley has been experiencing down here and kind of the magic of it and the magic of the people and how they respond to her.
As I mentioned, Barbara's on the trip for the first time, and I think even the very first day that she stepped here, she's got right in with it, and she's excited. I can tell when she gets excited, and she's very excited about being here.
But I'm here, I'm having a wonderful time, and I really feel like I'm doing something. The families are incredible. I went yesterday to the school, the elementary school. Those kids are precious, and every one of them had on, first of all, a uniform, and secondly, their uniforms were immaculate. And the first thing I thought about was, how do these mothers hand wash, there's no washing machine, hand wash and iron, most of them don't have electricity, and keep these kids so neat? I can't figure that. The adults mainly farm and just grow whatever they need. There's very little opportunity for jobs.
The lack of opportunity is why Vince and Barbara are here, along with the countless other volunteers who continue to serve and build a relationship with the Hondurans and with each other.
And everybody that I know that come here, when we all leave, it's a real team. And Bob has named it the Wilderness Team, so you get to know all these people, wonderful people from a lot of from Atlanta, but as I mentioned, New York, Chicago, a lot of different places. It's a feeling that it probably lasts for a year, and then you're ready to regenerate that spirit again, and that's why you come back.
Sorry I'm late.
No worries. Hey, you got my Falcon scratcher, right?
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Make the drop, give him the money.
Roger that.
I forgot to stop. Sorry, man.
It's a no-go, Larry. Just land on the sidelines.
Tom?
The Georgia Dome is actually a dome!
You can't win if you don't play. So take your shot at $350,000 with the Falcons game on Scratcher.
AT&T presents the strongest of the strong.
Let's see who can build the strongest college football app. Rocket?
Right, so I built a college football emoji keyboard that helps fans talk to each other during the game.
Strong. Emmett?
Potato skins. You said make an app. Is that not right? I made pot stickers that look like tiny football helmets.
Who's strong enough to watch the college football playoff with Bo? Get stronger with AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
The new Nissan Maxima, the four-door sports car that's raw, refined, and all you. Now lease the new Nissan Maxima for $299 a month. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Georgia Bulldogs fans, show your pride with real Bulldogs gear from the official online store, The G Shop at GeorgiaDogs.com. You'll find everything a Bulldogs fan needs, from jerseys to sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Bulldogs pride, there's only one place real Bulldogs fans go, The G Shop at GeorgiaDogs.com.
The impact Vince Dooley has left in the football world is undeniable, as is the impact he has left in the lives of so many Hondurans. His legacy doesn't just lie between the hedges. In fact, it reaches far beyond the U.S. to a different type of football field.
And we realized that this was a great opportunity to maybe let him have really a lasting legacy here beyond just the trips that he's able to make down here. And of course, again, Bob Hope came out with this fantastic idea to do a soccer field that we're on right now, which is the finest soccer field in central Honduras. It's fantastic, Vince Dooley Field.
So we decided we were not only going to take the soccer field and make it Vince Dooley Field, but do it right. So we ended up with grandstands, and a Coca-Cola gave us this huge, the world's largest scoreboard. Soccer scores like 1-0. We light them up, it just looks great. And planted hedges, so we'd have it between the hedges. Just like I said, it sort of started just in fun, but it became a very serious thing.
It's a nice honor to have a field named after me in Honduras, but it really ought to be Bob Hope's field or Susan Hope, because they're the ones that have done really all the basic background and the promotion, and I'm just a small part of it. I'd rather just be out there with the rest of the guys, so to speak, shoveling and whatever else we're doing.
I think we're all very humbled by this. It should not have been named Dooley Field. It should have been named Hope Field for Bob Hope, who started this, but he insisted it was going to be Dooley Field. So they've even planted the hedges around this field, but I must say, they are the sickest looking hedges I have ever seen. They are not doing well.
The hedges here are something that fits in. When it finally gets going, and it's not going very good right now, it's going to be a beautiful hedge, and actually has some beautiful flowers on it that our hedge in Athens does not have. So anyway, Bob is trying to create the Vince Dooley Field between the hedges.
Oh, buddy.
Horsepower can always make your day. The all-new Nissan Maxima. Now lease the new Nissan Maxima for $299 a month.
AT&T presents the strongest of the strong.
Gentlemen, today's feat of strength, who has the strongest profile pic?
That's me, climbing Kilimanjaro.
Strong.
That's me finishing my 3rd triathlon.
Very strong.
That's me. I took it at the mall.
Who's strong enough to watch the college football playoff with Bo? Get stronger with AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
Georgia Bulldogs fans, show your pride with real Bulldogs gear from the official online store, the G Shop at GeorgiaDogs.com. You'll find everything a Bulldogs fan needs, from jerseys to sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Bulldogs pride, there's only one place real Bulldogs fans go, the G Shop at GeorgiaDogs.com. Georgia Bulldogs fans, show your pride with real Bulldogs gear from the official online store, the G Shop at GeorgiaDogs.com. You'll find everything a Bulldogs fan needs, from jerseys to sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, and more. With an awesome selection, including official team merchandise from Nike, when it comes to Bulldogs pride, there's only one place real Bulldogs fans go, the G Shop at GeorgiaDogs.com.
The day has finally arrived, a day that will go down in history that this village will never forget.
The president of Honduras comes over with 60 soldiers and his wife and all these, half of his cabinet and 3 helicopters. It was just, to dedicate Vince Dooley Field. It was quite a big production.
Yeah, we're so excited that the president is coming to Dooley Field. Can you believe that?
This valley is very difficult to get out here to the Agalta Valley. It's about 7 to 8 hours from the main capital of Tegucigalpa. It's very remote. It's very just farms and ranchers, but there's not too many people who travel over 2 mountain ranges to come out to this valley. So just the thought of having the presidential staff come out here to actually see the people, it's really going to be very, very exciting for the children, and to have that recognition that they're worth something, that they're not forgotten out here, that there's something that this country has to offer them, and that they're a part of the big plan, and they're just not forgotten way out in this valley.
But you can imagine the excitement among the people in the Agalta Valley that probably very seldom, except perhaps on television, sees the president. And he's supposed to be here to help dedicate the field. So that is extraordinary, really. And I know what it means to these people in this valley.
You can feel the stir in that valley leading up to Thursday, and the excitement around this field, around Coach Dooley being here, around the president being here. It's just, it's very exciting.
The Vince, 201 victorias de los Georgia Bulldogs y 20 participaciones en el Gran Tazón. 6 títulos de la Conferencia de Fútbol Americano del Sur-Este de los Estados Unidos y un campeonato nacional en 1980. Está en el Salón de la Fama de Fútbol Universitario en Georgia y también en Alabama. Entonces ya se imaginan ustedes el gran privilegio para Honduras, para San Esteban, que este humilde campo de fútbol lleva el nombre de una estrella tan importante como el señor Vince Dooley. Nos hace un gran honor.
Whether big or small, Georgia's own credit union has the perfect mortgage for you. We now offer 30-year fixed-rate jumbo mortgages. And in addition to competitive rates, low closing costs, trusted reputation, and local decision-making for quicker turnaround, Georgia's own can help you save time and money. With more than 80 years of trusted service, you'll be able to get a mortgage you can feel good about. Contact a Georgia's Own mortgage specialist today at 404-874-1166 or visit georgiasown.org.
Throw in the bobblehead, you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Why don't you go check out your new Hyundai? I'll be with you in just a minute. Go Dogs.
it was sort of a moment where a lot of things came together. You looked at it and thought, we've done an awful lot of work over the years down here. A lot of people have come down, and we've seen patchworks of good things we've done. But this is the first time that sort of everything seemed to come together and just light up.
The progress that the Agalta Valley has seen in the past 18 years has been tremendous. Schools have been built. Cement floors have been poured in homes. Children seize the hope of a future because of education. Opportunities have been created for this community, and it has only just begun. But the most important development is the relationship that has formed between two communities, worlds away from one another.
Well, you know, what you find very quickly when you go down there, first of all, is that peace starts with a smile. When you walk into a village and you smile, they smile back and you become instant friends. But you also find that regardless of the fact that they don't have anything, that they really don't view themselves as living in poverty. They just don't have anything. And they're very nice people. They're far more like us than they are different. And you very quickly become friends not only with people in our big group that go down there, but you become friends with the Hondurans too. And it's really sort of an interesting experience to see how close you become to people that live a very different life than we live here.
Well, there's no way to explain or to talk about it. You have to experience it to really feel the spirit and the good feeling that you have when it's over.
After the dedication of Vince Dooley Field, with the president and all the school kids there and their families and all, just military everywhere, that Clark said Vince came up to him and just looked at him and said, this might be the greatest day of my life. And I thought, well, that says something.
So I'm very proud of it, and it's a great tribute again to the Wilderness team, to Bob Hope, and to the original founders of HOI, Honduras Outreach.
Dooley Field is so much more than a field. It's a place that represents progress, opportunity, and hope. It will continue to bring worlds together for years to come.